put the click track on, please? I just don't want to talk about it. I do talk into my mic.
Move your mic. You don't have to move your chair. Just move your mic.
I do talk into my mic. My
Well,
microphone.
move over more.
We're not talking about that right now.
I want to talk about why you don't want to talk about it.
I would just prefer to leave it out of the program.
And you can move over too. Malcolm's so poor.
He's just poor.
How'd you like if I put that on there?
One, we're actually recording.
Well, can we not record this part? Can you tell us the next time when we're starting?
I think you're Jordan and you're Malcolm.
What?
Move over more. Wood is better for screwing. All right, so we're going to start over right... Start the banter.
What do we not want to talk about?
I want to talk about Malcolm's Subaru that he sold.
I'm so upset. He's so choked.
Thank you for bringing that up. So I had the world's best Subaru STI.
It was pretty sick.
It was amazing. Subaru did some amazing stuff between 2006 and 2007. And then they kind of dropped the ball, I think, personally.
Majorly.
Yeah. 2008, hey, let's reintroduce a Subaru as a hatchback only.
Terrible.
Stupid idea.
I drove it because I worked for Subaru Jaguar in Calgary.
Right.
So I was like, hey, I'm going to test all of the cars. Like every single car. So I took out the Subaru WRX STI, a 2009. So it was the same, the hatchback.
Hatchback.
It was so soft and like wallowy.
Super soft.
Terrible.
Soft is never good.
No.
It was very sad for me. A very sad day.
Back to my 2007 Subaru.
Yep.
That baby had 450 horsepower, 450 foot-pounds of torque.
Oh, torque.
Pounds-feet.
Oh, torque.
Yes, it was amazing. And I sold it last year for a real vehicle, also known as a Jeep Cherokee.
It's a Grand Cherokee. Is it not?
No, it's not even a Grand Cherokee.
No, but it's
how stupid am I?
But it's a Cherokee, but it's like the top of the line Cherokee.
It's a Trailhawk.
Yeah, it's a Trailhawk.
Actually, Trailhawk's not even the top of the line. It's like second tier.
But it's like the FX4. It's like the FX4 Ford truck. It's the off-road edition.
It's better than a regular Cherokee.
It's the off-road edition.
It is, yes.
If you had gone with like a limited, it wouldn't be so rugged.
That's very true. So the Subaru, though, back to the Subaru, that babe was a beaut.
Kind of sounded like a ride-on lawnmower with a ran over a cat, right?
I had like a 4-inch titanium exhaust on that thing. It weighed like 14 pounds or something total from end to end.
You put a sound system in it, but all you could hear was the muffler.
You could, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jordan, you're quiet. I'm going to turn you up just a bit.
It's because he's whispering.
I know. So weird.
What are you, like the car whisperer?
I closed it.
I am the wood whisperer.
The wood whisperer.
Okay. Jordan,
anyways.
Wait now. Jordan, you speak. Speak out.
Hello. This is me.
You're number one. I'm turning you up. There you go.
I have nothing interesting to say.
Malcolm, you speak.
I can't stop speaking.
Oh, no, I'm going to turn you up.
Okay.
And
there we go.
I'm turning me up too. There we go. Levels are better. I'll fix it in post.
So if we turn everybody up, isn't that like the exact same as it was before?
No.
Except now they're turning their headphones down.
Now that we have...
Now all the people listening are turning their speakers down.
Now it'll be more of an even audio experience.
Okay.
I'll make sure it's all level, but there's less processing. So, Malcolm, you were so in love with the Subaru.
I was.
We did go and shoot guns and drive it on a dirt road.
Oh, yeah. That was so much fun. That was... So I'd already agreed to make... So, funny story, actually. I don't know if I told you, Jordan. I had made the decision to trade in my Subaru for the Trailhawk. And I'd actually taken it in, and the dealership inspected it and said, yep, we'll take it. Here's what we'll give you for it. That weekend, I drove it to a hunting cabin, and there was a dirt road that we thrashed that Subaru on.
Like
we launched it.
Where was I?
Everything was launched. You were working as per norm.
As per normal.
9-3 life, buddy.
You should have filmed it.
There are some films. There's
there?
There's a shot I did where I was riding passenger and Stefan was driving, and he's like, whoa, like it knocked him back.
Yeah, it was fun.
The funniest part that I have to say is that after we trashed that Subaru,
destroyed. I don't know. No, I don't know how we didn't like
We should have blown the engine.
At least.
Yes.
At least twisted off a drive shaft or something.
Yes. During that trip, we actually got that vehicle up to 250 kilometers an hour. I don't know
Yes,
if
we
you
did.
remember.
On a dirt road?
Yeah. No,
we took it
on the highway.
We might have taken it onto a controlled road.
And then Malcolm might have gotten a call from the police like 3 weeks later when he didn't own the car anymore.
The
What do you mean a call from the
The
police?
voicemail sounded like this. Yeah, we're just looking for Malcolm Setter. We got a report that you were driving, or your vehicle was in speeds excess of 150 kilometers an hour. We tried to catch you, but we couldn't find you. So we're just calling to let you know there's not really anything we can do. If you have questions, please call us back. I did not call them back.
It could have been the police plane. Because I don't know
the
how
plane.
it wouldn't have been anybody who was on the highway. They wouldn't have been able to see the license plate.
No, we passed too
How
fast.
stupid
Yeah.
would you have to be to call them back?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was me. That was me. I was speeding. Sorry
Can
about
I pay
that.
my ticket in full? Can you actually add on $20?
I was actually going faster than you caught me at.
Yeah, and I was texting.
What was it? Liar, liar. Do you know why I pulled you over? It's like, well, that depends on how long you've been following me, officer.
I have unpaid parking tickets.
And so the best part, though, is after the weekend, one of the guys who was with us driving it actually said, don't trade it in. I'll buy it from you for the same price.
Oh, wow.
And so he bought it.
And then you did a YouTube video and you started crying when you
No,
watched
he bought it and flipped it and probably made money on it too.
Oh, he
actually.
definitely made
He
money.
definitely did.
Yeah.
Because I know that I was getting a poor value for the trade-in, but the thing is, a 2007 Subaru, so it's over 10 years old, or 10 years old about, and it was heavily modded. And most people, if they're going to buy a 10-year-old vehicle, do not want it heavily modded. They want to be able to do that work themselves. They want an OEM engine.
Yeah.
So at some point, a guy got a hold of it and did a really good car video and put it on YouTube.
It is, yes. And it's got close to like 80,000 views, and I had to watch it months after selling it and basically cry myself to sleep.
I like that.
It's funny.
Literally, I watched the
story.
video. I went on to Kijiji and I searched 1996 to 2000 Supra.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was like, can I get a Supra? And I found one. I found a mint 97 Supra with like 60,000 original kilometers, original, no mods at all, for like $8,000. And I was like, I got to buy this. So I emailed the owner and I was like, can I please buy this? And they're like,
Can I please buy this?
And this is what they said. I got an email back and I was like, yes, please wire the money to this account. I'm currently in Croatia and we will ship the car to
Okay.
you if you don't like it.
I will do that right now.
Yeah. Anyways, I was sorely disappointed when I found out it was a scam.
I did that when I lived in Yellowknife. I was just a kid and I was trying to make money to sell, like, so I could move. So I sold a bunch of stuff. And then I didn't realize it was a scam. So I contacted this guy. He's like, yeah, I want to buy your PlayStation. I'm like, sweet, $400 or whatever it was. And he's like, okay, send me the PlayStation and I'll wire you the money. And I was like, okay.
I know a guy who did the exact same thing. He sent his Xbox to Africa and then never did get money.
But there's no laws against that in Africa, so that's where the majority of these like financial scams kind of come from. Because once it's there, they're like, we don't care. You're an idiot. They don't care. Like, why would they care?
Yeah. If you're stupid enough to send
It
something
without money.
Yeah.
So apparently, if the guy can't come to your door with cash, you're not selling it online.
Or at least get it in escrow.
You want to go be that fancy, Mr. Business Guy?
Business.
A guy selling a used PlayStation is not really going to go to a lawyer and set up and get money put in escrow.
No, but you can do it through like eBay or something like that. It's very similar, right? Just create a quick eBay listing. You've already agreed on the purchase price. He does the buy it now, and boom, you're done.
Yeah.
Whatever
That's
you
true.
say.
Anyways, my dream car now is a toss-up, and I know you guys are probably going to think it's stupid, but it's me, is a toss-up between an Audi R8 and a Nissan GTR. Those are just my two
All
favorite
right,
cars.
can we take a look at that? You got a picture?
Yeah, I'll pull it up here. Talk among yourselves.
Well, while we're pulling up these pictures, what about you, Jordan? Do you have any preferences or vehicles?
What was the first one?
Oh, Audi R8.
Okay.
I think I know.
and
I
Nissan
think I know what
GTR.
that looks like. There's a lot of Audis around, but the R8 is the big sports coupe.
It's Iron Man.
Yeah, there it is,
okay.
right there.
Yeah, the thing I can never forget is that in the Iron Man, was the second movie, at the end of the movie, he's pulling a trailer with his big hunking heavy steel robot with one of these cars.
Yeah.
Like it's got the torque to do that.
I think this was I think it has, let's see here, how much horsepower?
It's close to five something, I think. Like 540.
540. It has 400 pound-feet of torque.
Now, is that the same 400 pounds that would be in a half-ton pickup?
I would have to get the V10 Plus, though.
'Cause my pickup got
10 horsepower.
Yeah, 610 horsepower, 413 pounds. No, it's not. It's all to do with gearing, right? So it doesn't have like the gearing for.
Okay, so even though it has 400 pounds, it's not the same. Because my pickup truck's got 400 foot-pounds of torque and my half-ton.
But he could.
I'm not going to be hauling around a trailer with a friggin' robot in it.
We're just whatever.
It's Tony Stark, so he probably built the car from the ground up.
Yeah,
Okay.
he probably built it
Yeah.
and slapped the Audi symbol on it.
He's like, hey guys, can I just build a car and give you money? But I don't want to leave my house.
He is by far the coolest Marvel superhero there is.
Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Stark is the man.
I think he is the man.
He is, actually, yeah.
I think it's what makes me like Downey Jr. even more. It was the fact that he played Tony Stark.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes is what made me fall in love with Downey Jr.
That was pretty good too.
That was great.
Yeah. Did you hear his interview on Howard Stern? That was pretty good.
Was it?
It was funny. He talked a lot about how he threw his own 50-year birthday party and planned it all and made all this thing, and he did it all by himself. Threw himself to his own birthday party.
Like, was he the only one there?
No, he had a big turnout.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty epic, but it was funny. Usually people throw you a birthday party, but he threw himself at one.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to go.
So back to the R8. If you go to the picture, because the picture is way more fun than all these words.
All right. There you go.
The reason that I like the Audi is because, one, it's got decent horsepower, 500 to 600, depending on what kind of, whether you get the V10 or the V10 Plus. It's all-wheel drive, and
All-wheel drive's cool.
it is a German-engineered sports car. So it's luxury. You can drive it and be a business person, but you can also have fun with it. It's like the mix.
I like that mix, but the problem is, as in my stage of life with 2 kids, it's got to have 4 doors.
Yeah, but we're just thinking
Obviously.
we're dream car. We're like attainable dream cars.
This is like
Attainable dream cars, and I thought it was something we wanted to drive kind of right now with our stage of life in our hometown.
No, attainable dream car.
I would have a Range Rover Sport with 7 seats.
Never mind that. You can edit that out then.
So with this vehicle,
okay,
I would have like an SUV that I would cart the kids around in. This is like my going to work.
Fun car. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So attainable meaning.
But now let's do
what
this.
Does attainable
let's
mean?
bring up the GTR here
How
for a
soon?
second. Let's bring the GTR up.
Like next year, or like in the next 10 years, or
Within the next 10 years, I'd say.
okay.
I'm gonna.
What is the price tag on that?
The price tag on the Audi R8,
Yeah.
I believe the V10 Plus is like 210 fully loaded.
Attainable. That's what I think about when you say 210.
It is really. I mean, when you think about it, you could probably lease it for like $2,500 a month. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
My mount is breaking. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Keep talking.
So, and here's why. But here's the thing. So the GTR, similar horsepower to the Audi R8, all-wheel drive, super fast, cool car, very cool car, but half the price. You can get those things fully loaded for like 110, 120.
Yeah.
And we're so general here. 110, 120.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of that price range cars in town already.
Yeah.
And most of these from blue collar worker guys working in the oil.
Exactly. So, I mean, attainability, the GTR is definitely more attainable. However, the one thing that it lacks that makes me want to pay the extra $110,000 for the similarly, spec-wise vehicle is the fact that the Audi I can drive and feel like it is a bit of a luxury car, like it is a bit of a business kind of car. Whereas the GTR, at the end of the day, you're still driving around in Jap
Yeah.
crap.
So would you drive it in the winter? Would you put winter tires on it and go in this weather right now?
No, I'm going to be driving my Trailhawk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's the point of the all-wheel drive then?
Faster lockup.
Off the line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a real big, actually don't know anything about mechanics, but the all-wheel drive, that doesn't affect your steering the same way as a 4x4 in a truck would it?
No, it's totally different.
All right.
No, it has its.
And this is, now, when we're talking about attainable dream cars, I'm leaving electric vehicles out of this mix completely.
Like the Tesla?
Yeah, because as much as that plays into it now, where the Teslas are starting to get really cool.
They're crazy good.
Yeah, like, I mean, speed-wise, luxury-wise, everything, they're amazing vehicles.
Especially one with the dual motors.
Electronic cars are not where the future is, though. I doubt it.
What is that?
Because, first of all...
If you say hydrogen...
I will say hydrogen. Well, first of all, okay, you got...
What do you think Elon Musk has to say about that?
Elon, I mean, he's a businessman.
He's boring. Like, he's actually boring holes now because he wants to become an underground miner.
Yeah, he's boring holes. So
Yeah.
he's gone on a whole other thing. Someone else is running Tesla.
Boring
right now.
holes for what?
Tunnels.
Because he doesn't want to drive on the highway anymore.
He literally said he wants to bore holes under cities and create 17 or something levels of different tunnels to reduce traffic congestion.
And that could be
What is he gonna? Is it? This has to do with the Hyperloop, or is this some?
I got the
what does it have to
camera
do
on
with
the TV,
another
so if
subway?
you hit the table, it wobbles.
It's got to be some crazy new technology that is going to be exploring. He doesn't just do boring things. He might be boring holes, but he's not boring.
No. That we meant boring as in
I know.
boring holes.
That's what I just said.
No, he's not going to be boring. He is the innovator of our generation.
Okay, so getting back to why don't you think it's batteries when they're putting all this research into battery technology,
they put all their same
recharging?
research. They put all the same research into gas vehicles, and they're going by the wayside. They will, or I mean, they'll be able to make a petrol engine that'll be so
efficient
that it'll barely burn any fuel at all.
I think we should go back to coal.
Just burn coal.
Just coal for our cars. No, I'm just kidding.
Wood.
I don't think, because people think that electric cars are economical, and they're not. Because you cannot, right now, unless we develop a process to get rid of the lithium ion in the batteries and stuff, that's way worse.
Not to mention that most of the
really bad,
electricity
yeah.
is comes from burning
And
hydrocarbons.
right now, it comes from burning hydrocarbons. Whereas if they can figure out, and we're not close to it yet, but if they can figure out something like hydrogen where it's infinitely renewable in the universe and there's no emissions, then I think something like that could be the future versus electronic cars.
So at this point, the whole point of electronic cars then, it just has to do with the emissions of the individual car.
Yeah, but like the fuel. But I mean, it's like anything. It's being like the Toyota Prius was the first kind of reinvention of the car, where they were like, okay, well, it's mass market, it's a hybrid, it's way better on fuel, but it wasn't. They said it did.
The fact that you just said the Prius was the first reinvention of the car,
but
makes me sad.
No, but
that the Prius is like the flagship.
Makes me not want to ever
that's
drive
what it
again.
was. That's what started it. That's what started this electric car revolution.
Yeah.
That's what started the hybrid revolution, and it was by Toyota. And they said, okay, well, it'll do like, they said it was a high MPG. It was like 60 MPG or something like that at the time. But in real world, it did like 35, which is what a Ford Focus could do. But you have a huge battery that you're carrying around. The car's heavier. It's slower. And it was like 10 grand more than a regular car.
Plus you're driving a Prius.
Yeah, which is the worst. It's like wearing Crocs in public.
So
with socks.
With socks on.
okay, getting back to the boring holes. What is he boring holes for? What kind of technologies is he working on for that? What's his
Nothing.
idea?
He just randomly at a news conference said he wants to bore holes, and then there was like a bunch of news articles.
Okay. Have you guys heard of the Hyperloop that he's working on?
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's what he needs to put underground.
Yeah.
I think we have to remember, though, that as innovative and as exciting as Elon Musk is, not anything he is currently working on is profitable.
No, nothing. Like,
It's all...
he's a billionaire. That's what blows my mind.
No, I don't know if he's a billionaire.
yeah, he's a
He's
billionaire.
a billionaire.
Yeah, I think he's
According to
worth-
his book, he's a billionaire.
You know why? Because his company is worth money.
Yeah.
However, if you look at the I read this article too recently that talked about the earnings of the company, and Tesla is significantly overvalued, but because of the news hype, that's what keeps the stock price where it's at.
It's all of the PC crowd who are like, "Oh, electric vehicles, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Celebrities?
cool now. It's cool." Mm-hmm. And that's why it's hypervalued.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Have you read his book? It's fascinating. It was a great read.
Well, that's like Facebook. What was it he sold it for? How many billion?
Well, he didn't sell the entire company.
No,
he sold
but-
like 40% of it.
Yeah, but it's worth how many billion?
Right now?
Yeah.
Facebook is in the top 10, I want to say. Just go back to your internet Googling there.
The Google machine.
And Google, no, not Facebook.
Not the
Google,
book face.
market
Googler.
cap top 100. I can tell you who's number one right now. Apple.
Really?
Oh yeah, they've been holding on to that for a while.
What product? What's the factor in that? What do you think they're holding
Well,
on to?
Alphabet Inc., which is Google,
Google is number 2. Yeah,
they're clipping at Apple's heels.
they are. Well, the interesting thing is Apple actually got close to. They were almost at 800 billion, but their share prices have fallen. And number 2 is always ExxonMobil. So it's pretty impressive that
Exxon's number 5 right now.
Yeah, so
do you
if
know
you-
what Rex Tillerson's salary is?
No,
The CEO of Exxon, $48 million.
yeah. Well, maybe their company would be worth more. But
Is
what's
Exxon connected
interesting-
with Syncrude?
Yeah, Exxon owns IOL, and IOL owns 25% of Syncrude.
All right.
So there's Facebook at number 7. So it's the number 7 top market cap company in the world as of whenever this was done. I don't know, probably recently.
And that's
345 billion.
no, this is U.S. millions.
Yes. So 345,465 million.
Millions. So it's
or
304.
345 billion.
Okay, so
Their definition of attainable is completely different.
Now, when you think about big companies that are in the news a lot and you think about Tesla, it sounds like it's probably worth a lot. I think Tesla's around like 30 billion right now. Like, I don't even
But
know if it's in the top 100.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so
How can
just
they be worth it
open
if they're
another
not
one
profitable?
and do market cap Tesla. And
Quick look up.
Hey, Malcolm, how is
Yes.
it possible for a company to be worth so many billion if they're not profitable?
Hype.
hype, yeah.
So explain that. So they're losing money every year, but they still have assets that are in the billions?
So where are we at here? See, I don't know if it'll tell you.
Sales.
That's sales. So they've done 4 billion sales.
Market cap.
30 billion.
30 billion.
Yeah. So what that means is that when you compare them to other companies, like, for example, Apple, who is now apparently working on an electric car or an Apple car, they could literally buy all the outstanding shares of Tesla if they wanted to.
And it wouldn't even bother them.
Yeah, like I think Apple's cash holdings are in the 200 billion range.
Like, that's cash.
Yeah.
It's all stored overseas.
They could literally buy Tesla with their spare change
200 billion in cash?
They have in cash.
because they can't. And
Do you know how much that would look like? Like a warehouse pallets full of cash.
It would be like
it's not
it's
even
an airplane
imaginable.
hangar.
Yeah.
I'll show you after what $200 billion looks like.
You should bring up a picture for the YouTube.
$200 billion. I'll find one and I'll
I've seen
patch it
a computer animation of like a trillion or something like that. It showed the U.S. debt or something like that.
Oh yeah, Demonocracy, I think.
Something like that. It was fascinating, but yeah, that's a lot of cash. It's probably more than Pablo ever had.
So I'll explain a little bit about share pricing.
Okay.
So here's what's interesting.
I'm just kidding.
Most CEOs are and the top executives in the company are
Yeah.
bonused on the share price at the end of the year. Okay, so if the shares go up in value, because that's their whole purpose of corporation is to increase profits for the shareholders. So if the directors and the CEO and everyone can actually increase the share price, their bonuses are tied to that. So they make decisions in their company, not thinking long term about what's best for the company necessarily, because that might reduce share price because we're maybe putting a lot into R&D, we're not making money, etc. So they always make typically decisions based on what's happening next year, because it's if they can do flashy news, increase share price, they're bonused out bigger, and they're bonused in shares. So the higher the share price, the higher they can get the share price based
More
on
of their
news or
bonuses.
announcements.
So
or
they get the
anything like
bonus
that,
and the addition.
and they sell the shares and cash out.
Yeah.
So it is not necessarily in the CEO's best interest to make the best decision for the company long term, but in the best interest to make the decision that's going to increase the value of the shares.
Yeah. And what I was originally talking about was Facebook is literally a place for people to go and post pictures about nothing. It's a site about nothing. Nothing matters on Facebook.
No.
And it's worth $300 billion.
You ready for me to blow my mind?
What? You're gonna blow your own mind.
Did I say blow my mind?
Are you
ready for me to blow my mind?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for me to blow my mind? Okay.
I'm glad it was your mind that you're blowing.
Think of this. Think of this.
I think we peaked like 100 times there.
Oh, that's okay. We're okay. So watch this. Watch this. Okay. So stop playing with his.
Well,
tool.
he's like this.
I just set up the stretch.
Okay.
Anyway, what's your blowing mind thing?
Okay. So when you go to a store and buy something, you're a customer of that store, correct?
Yeah.
Now, when you use Facebook, do you feel like a customer? Like you're going on Facebook. I'm a customer of Facebook, right?
You don't feel like that.
No, but you feel like Facebook is there for you, correct? It's there for you to post your
service.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's a service for you, but we
Yeah.
don't pay for it. So it's like we're free customers.
Yeah.
But customers pay. So think about this. As a business owner, I use Facebook and I pay because I am a customer of Facebook. So what does that make you?
A consumer.
No.
No?
A product.
Ah.
You are Facebook's product that I pay for. I pay for a list. I pay for the ability to market to you. So everyone who is on Facebook as a free user is actually Facebook's product. And everyone who pays on Facebook, business owners, etc., are actually Facebook's customers.
Wow.
That's
And
crazy.
The pictures of our children are the product.
100%.
That's crazy. But I mean, it makes sense.
And then when you put it like that,
There's no point for you to start up a company that needs as much maintenance and as much care as Facebook does and then not make any money off it.
wow. That's who explained it to you that way? Where did you learn? Where did you find that?
I saw a post on Facebook.
Can I tell you guys another story that's going to blow my mind?
I'm excited.
That's the phrase of the day.
Do you know that Google does not make any money from YouTube?
What?
YouTube is a constant cost. It costs so much to operate, so many servers, it's constantly expanding, so many employees, and they don't, I guess, get enough ad revenue because you know what I mean?
Okay.
But they don't make any money from YouTube. But if they took it down, it would be
Pandemonium.
it's
I don't know if I believe that.
that's what it is. It's true.
But you know what? I will say to that is I think that since Facebook Live has come out, there's been a shift, and even with Snapchat, there's been a shift in where more videos are being watched, and it is shifting from YouTube to other media platforms.
Apparently, Snapchat, the Snapchat guy, the owner, is one of the top billionaires in the world now.
Yeah, Facebook bought that from him.
Did they buy Snapchat?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Facebook bought.
I know they bought WhatsApp. Is that
Yeah.
what you're thinking
Oh,
of?
So, can we verify this YouTube thing that doesn't make money? Because that's a very big thing to say. I'd like to know for sure. Like, how is that possible when
Facebook
attempted to
they
buy
turned
it.
it down.
So,
Well,
doesn't make
Snapchat
sense
is
to me.
suing Instagram. Facebook owns Snapchat and other myths. Oh, okay, it's a myth. Okay, let's see.
we're a long way off the car subject.
We'll get back to it.
What are cars? Google.
But if every video you click on that has hundreds of thousands or
There
even
you go.
million
Lose
views,
money
you
on
have all
YouTube.
these ads, even from like banks.
YouTube is losing money even though it has more than 1 billion viewers. YouTube is not making any money despite having 1 billion viewers. The online TV website is roughly breaking even 9 years after Google bought it from $1.7 billion from two guys who started it up in their basement.
That's like a year old, though.
So-
February 26, 2015. That's more than a year. That's almost 2 years old.
Okay.
I
So
would be interested to see if there's a more
why
recent
even
post.
if it's costing them money or breaking even? Why even keep it then? There's got to be a reason. People they don't just leave it there.
Well, so if Google's running something like YouTube and it looks great,
It's
and
just
you're like-
PR is just good
It's
for
just,
the-
you know what, though? It could be a product offering where they have, I mean, they use it to,
draws people to Google.
yeah, exactly.
In other areas where it gives them
Android.
the same reason like with Sears keeps the catalog portion of their retail business
Even
because
though-
it draws in customers even
It's
though
a
it
loss
basically
leader.
breaks even.
Yeah, could be just a loss leader.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a huge amount of money, but all of the money being moved through YouTube, like through advertisers and everything like that. I mean, we can't understand it because we'll never see that much money, but we might.
And who knows?
Malcolm will.
And Jordan. I won't, because all I'm going to do is make stupid videos for the internet.
That loses money.
Yeah. All right, I want to get back to cars for a sec, because I want to show you guys my...
Yeah, so we talked about, actually, before we finish, based on what I told you, the GTR, the Audi R8, quickly, what would you say? Just your quick opinion.
I think they're both boring.
Okay, thank you.
I'm really interested in this, the power and the all-wheel drive, and to drive it and see what kind of performance it has.
Okay.
It's going to be a great car, but I just think it's boring.
To me, if I can't drive it in the wintertime on everyday roads in the city, then I don't want it.
Oh, you could, definitely.
Like, I want a car that is going to be luxurious and powerful and comfortable, and I can drive in the winter and enjoy it all year long instead of parking it in the garage for 4 to 6 months, depending on where you live.
I want
in Canada.
this.
Okay, so what is this? FJ Jaguar Coupe.
It's a Jag F-Type R Coupe.
F-Type.
That
R
little
Coupe.
tiny car has, I think, they have an R version. It has like 570 horsepower.
Let's visit the page. Let's see what it has.
Let's visit page. Very nice.
No.
No.
There we go. 554. 550 in the V8 version. Okay.
They have a supercharged.
That's supercharged.
Is that American pricing?
Yep. But it's probably like usually it transfers into whatever dollars.
No, it doesn't.
No, yeah. If you went to the UK, that's what that would cost in the UK in pounds.
63,000 pounds.
Or 70.
I'll tell you how much it's going to cost in Canada. $100,000.
Yeah, it does. That's
a big
true.
difference.
The Canadian is different,
Yeah.
but from the US to the UK, even though it's almost half, well, not right now.
What is the exchange rate between Canada and US right now?
Oh, like 35% difference.
35?
Yeah, so it's like 65
Since Trump
cents
got
on
in
the
and
dollar.
just skyrocketed?
No, it's been like that for a year or two. It's been terrible.
Why?
I don't know.
What's the major variable in there?
Well, the U.S. is printing money.
That's the major variable. Well,
So that should devalue their currency. I know. That was a joke.
you're going the other way.
Look at damn rims. Yeah, that's
Okay. So that's your car right there.
Yeah, that's my attainable dream car. That's what I would have.
I'm going to be honest that when I
So
was
what's
making
the price tag in Canada here?
Let's say $100,000.
Yeah.
So it's similar. Yours was double
Like GTR.
that.
You know what?
GTR, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to be
Again,
honest.
a coupe with what? Rear?
No, it's all-wheel drive.
Is it all-wheel?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
And you wouldn't drive it in January in Fort McMurray, Alberta.
No, but we're not being practical here, Jordan.
Sorry,
That's what I get your
stuck on
pickup truck
practical.
for.
Yeah,
So
that's
at
true.
the end of the day, I'm going to be honest and say that I didn't even know this car existed.
Really?
So I might look at that now. That might be in my 3. Actually, you know what? That might knock the GTR out.
Well, it's just so pretty.
Is it brand new? Because I've never seen one.
Yeah, it's only came out like 2 years ago, but it's so
Well, that's not that brand new.
So who has one that you know?
nobody. Like look at that. Like that's gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
that swoop, short rear end, big long bonnet, and you can get them in rear wheel drive, which is I get it in rear wheel drive.
No, you
I'm
can't.
sorry.
You can. They are an all wheel drive, but you can get them in rear wheel drive as
I
well.
don't think you can.
It looks too much like a
Yes,
hatchback
you
for me to
can.
like it.
No, I just read it. Go down.
No, you can get them in rear wheel drive as
No,
well.
they just said that in 2016 they lost the ability to do rear-wheel drive.
maybe over here, but I know for sure.
What do you mean lost?
Here, what does it say? Go up. Scroll up.
Scroll up.
There you go. Where it is. Something about rear-wheel drive. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I saw something about it not being available anymore.
No,
but-
you can get an all wheel drive and a rear wheel drive version.
Okay, so that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I would get. Oh, see, this 65,000 is for the base 340 horsepower.
Right.
This R is $100,000.
So it's probably like 150. Okay.
Well, we can go on Jaguar's site and see.
Okay. So while we're doing that, Jordan, why don't you tell us what you would like? What's your attainable car? 10-year attainable car.
I've really had my eyes on Mercedes lately. They've been catching my eye a lot. I've seen some. For a long time, I didn't really care for the design, the exterior design. But lately, they've been coming around. And I think I'm leaning towards the C-Class. Any of the ones that I kind of catch my eye and I go around and take a look at what model it is, it's some sort of version of C-Class. I really don't know much about Mercedes. I just know they're luxurious, they're beautiful, they're powerful, especially if you can get them with the AMG engines.
Oh, that's not the
So
R.
I'm definitely looking for something with 4 doors and all-wheel
It's
drive.
575 all-wheel drive. Sorry.
And something that is not too ridiculously priced where you're afraid to drive it in wintertime. Because I want to drive it, I want to enjoy it all year long because so much of my year's in winter up here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're still looking at $100,000, Canadian dollars at least. So it's still an expensive car for most people. And you can get them, 500 or 600 horsepower. So, I mean, you can take it probably to the track or take it to the grocery store. You showed me a few, like this.
Base,
There you go.
Base MSRP is
But
$142.
this is the SVR, so it's the top of the line model already.
Right. So you'll be looking at like one with a
So
couple
your
extra
Jaguar
like
is
leather.
140,000.
Look at that leather.
I like the seats.
Okay. I'm sold.
So bring up the Mercedes
So
C-Class.
Mercedes C-Class.
There's different. Like, do you know much about the classes within the C-Class, the CLA or the?
Yeah, you'd want I think we were looking at the CLA.
I'm going to be
for-
honest. Mercedes to me is one of the most confusing.
It is.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why so many different classes?
But BMW is getting that way too, because they have the M2, the M3, the M4,
5,
the
6.
Yeah, but those are all
M5.
part of their appropriate series. You have the 1 series, the 2 series, the 3 series. The M3 is part
I
of
know,
the 3
but why
series.
do you need 900 different series? That's the same thing with Mercedes, except they have letters instead of numbers.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is it's easier to look at BMW because it's like, well, the 1 series is the cheapest and the 7 series is the nicest. Like, it's pretty straightforward.
Well,
I tried to make some sense of the classes of Mercedes. I just couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, they should have a university course that we could take to understand it.
If
C-Class
C-Class,
sedan,
you'd want the CLA.
CLS. Looks
CLS.
nice. It's a little bit too small. I'm looking for a mid to large size sedan with a lot of horsepower and a lot of luxury. A big car.
Okay, so you'd want probably the E.
But not if they look like you got to be 60 years old to drive it.
That kind of looks like you need to be 60.
You got to get the AMG. Here we go.
There we go.
There you go.
AMG model lineup.
Yeah, he's got to have power.
Yeah, so that's a C43, E43. Let's see some.
This is I get like E43 V6. Okay, V6 makes sense.
Yeah,
That's a great engine shot. I still can't see what it looks like though.
I know we need some more pictures here.
See, and this is what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'd get a Mercedes simply because I'm confused just going to their website.
Yeah, it's not user friendly.
No, there's a box. Oh, that's a SUV.
Yeah. And even you said a few of them that I've seen around town that I like,
Yeah.
you said are discontinued now.
CLS maybe with the coupe body style, 4-door coupe. That's nice. That looks good.
A 4-door coupe.
Yeah.
Isn't that
the definition
an
of a coupe?
oxymoron?
No, a coupe.
Oxymoron.
A coupe is
Oxymoron.
the styling because it has the really arched rear end.
Yeah,
See, that looks decent.
I've got an arched rear end.
Yeah, so you're a coupe. For a 577 horsepower AMG V8. That's what I'm talking
Yes.
Okay. So what's the pricing on one of these babies?
about. Build your CLS. Let's do that. Sorry if this is boring for everybody, but we like cars.
MSRP 93,500. Starting. We should at least be able to throw $50,000 worth of upgrades into that.
At
thing.
least. We're going to do
I
it.
want
It
to
is
max
Mercedes.
it out. I want to have everything they have to
Okay,
offer,
and
except
then-
for if it's stupid, like you're paying $1,000 for a mat.
There
or
you
something.
go. Just going from the regular to the. What's the difference there?
This thing looks really good.
Yeah,
It does.
See, that's my type of
It
car.
does.
Big.
Chris, you'll be able to throw pictures of these cars up on the podcast during the.
I don't know
episode?
because if they're on YouTube, somebody else owns the images. So I might not have the right to put the images up. That's YouTube for you.
No wonder they're losing money.
I know. It's the copyright battle
Yeah,
is
I would
insane.
I would totally drive
So
that.
just by adding that engine, it's up to 130 grand. But the interior is going to be legit.
Yeah, see, that's nice. That's a beautiful car.
Like look
That's
at that.
my type. Is power and luxury,
And luxury.
refinement. Like you throw it probably comes with a decent sound system. But even if you put an aftermarket or really high end aftermarket sound
it
system,
probably
in that
comes
thing,
with a
Oh, you wouldn't even need to.
I wouldn't even need it. But I could be stuck in traffic for an hour or two and just love it.
Bang & Olufsen performance sound system.
Yeah, there you go. $6,500. It's just a quick, cheap add-on.
It wouldn't matter where you are as long as you're sitting in that thing.
It doesn't say, like, look at that. That's beautiful. It doesn't say the wattage though. Okay, I'm shaking the TV. All right, so this is gonna be a longer podcast, but who cares? Joe Rogan's podcasts are 3 hours.
It's a long ass
so
podcast.
we're gonna switch into bodybuilding versus CrossFit versus powerlifting.
Booyah.
Thoughts, go.
I gotta lean to. I like bodybuilding. It's my favorite.
Bodybuilding's your favorite?
Bodybuilding is my favorite.
Aesthetics over performance?
Yeah, for the most part. I
Yeah.
still want to perform, but if I can perform but not look any like I performed, then I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta look the part before the performance matters.
All right. What about you?
Well, I don't have any performance issues, so I'm fine just looking good.
Are you referring to my recent penis cut?
I wasn't, but I mean,
Now
do we
we
want to
are.
talk about it?
Now we have to go there.
We already talked
Thank
about
you
it in the
for
last
sharing.
podcast.
We did talk about it. No, I think honestly, I go to the gym to accomplish a couple things. One, get out of my house. Two, release some endorphins. And I mean, if I get better shape in the process, I mean, for me, it's not really I'll do whatever. I'll do CrossFit. I'll do bodybuilding. I'll do.
If I'm gonna do all that work,
You want to look good.
I want it to show.
Yeah.
You're going in there, you're busting your ass like almost every day.
Yeah.
And you're training and you got to eat decent and you're tracking all these things. If you don't have visual results, to me, what's the point?
I go to the gym to hang out with my friends. I'll be honest.
And just try and get big arms.
Yeah.
Trying to get big.
And
arms.
I was at the gym the other day, and my arms were so swollen. It was ridiculous.
The best is when your pump is so big you can't touch your shoulders.
Yeah, that's
like
how
your
I felt.
arms are like right here.
That's how I felt. Josh actually asked me if I was using.
Because your pump is so big.
My pump was so big.
So good.
And
I'm sorry I
laughed
missed
at it.
that.
I
Must have been working again.
Yeah, you're always working. Jordan works 9 and 3 all the time, pretty
Which
much.
how do you even go to the gym?
I go after work.
On your
I
3.
do a 15-hour day and come home and go to the gym.
If I didn't sit in a haul truck all day, I would. But by the time I get home, I'm so mentally drained that I just need to go to bed.
Mentally drained by being bored all day.
Yeah, and just staring at a road and not
Going around in
trying not
circles
to-
in a sandpit.
Yeah, trying not to kill people.
So bodybuilding. So we were talking about bodybuilding makes you look good. You powerlifters, you got mad performance, but you're fat all the time.
So like it's not.
But we
it's
didn't.
not-
The CrossFit is like you can perform and look good.
Well, that's the thing. Now, you got to have decent genetics, and you got to know you still got to like a lot of CrossFitters. The reason CrossFit gets such a bad name, I think, is because when it started off, especially back in like 2007 to like 2010, you had unqualified coaches teaching people how to deadlift, how to snatch, how to overhead press, how to clean and press, and do these technical lifts, like especially a deadlift. Like it's not just lifting something off the floor. If you don't do it properly, you're going to hurt your back.
Well, that's like
Right? Like
powerlifting for sure.
yeah, powerlifting for sure. And so, but now you have people who've been doing it for years. You have powerlifters who went into CrossFit or kind of do both. Like Rich Froning, 4-time world's fittest man. I think he deadlifts like 550, something like that.
Holy, what does he weigh?
190 pounds ish.
Holy.
He can. I think he overhead squats like close to 300 pounds. He I don't know what his bench
Overhead
was.
squats.
So you hold it over you jerk it up and then you hold it over your head and then while you're holding it over your head you squat.
That is crazy. Talk about the core strength.
It's just everything, right?
Even a standing shoulder press is difficult for me.
Yeah. So I'm plagued with mobility issues in my hips, like really bad, to the point where I haven't been lifting heavy for about a year, just trying to fix it. So a lot of the movements, there's a lot of bodyweight squats. There's a lot of just moving around, just doing stuff. And like, you get your workout of the day and you do it, and then you get your stretches of the day. I can get like there's a site called Mobility WOD, and you do your mobility workouts for the day, and then you get better. So that's what I want to do because I'm bored. I've been bodybuilding for years. I don't look like it now because I just lost like 1 million pounds. But I've been powerlifting for a few years, and I'm just bored.
Yeah, when I'm not going towards a goal, it gets boring, and I don't even want to go.
I know. And the thing about CrossFit too is that the work capacity, not the work capacity, but the volume is so high and the intensity is so high that I don't have to track food. I wouldn't have to track food as closely because my workouts will be just kind of balls to the wall the entire time.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
So my next goal now is to drop my body fat percentage. So I've been working out all my life, really since high school, before I knew what I was doing until now I'm in my 30s. And getting old. So, and I used to be I think coming out of high school, 155.
Okay, coming out of high school weight.
Coming out of high school weight?
Yeah.
160.
155.
145.
Holy. And
yeah.
Now, no steroids, just eating my face off through a couple bulk cycles and weight training. 185.
Do you want to say?
So I recently purchased an awesome scale that does like that body fat percentage. I'm at 220, body fat 30%.
Nice.
I'm at about
except
12 or 13.
Here's what was really disappointing. I was actually at 220, 29% body fat. And then I really watched my eating. I hit the gym a couple times. I got back on the scale and I was down 2 pounds. So 217. I was down to 217, so 3 pounds. But my body fat percentage went up to 30% because I lost the weight that was obviously not fat. It was maybe water or whatever.
Yeah.
And so
those scales too are probably off by like 5% either way.
I hope so. I'd like to be 25%. That would be nice.
Before I got sick, I was like 220-ish at about 15%.
Mm-hmm. So who's got more muscle? Do the math.
Not now, but I did.
Yeah. So anyway, I bulked, but I was always hovering around 12 to 13% naturally. But I never had abs, never did have abs. So my new goal that I've never ever tried before is to cut to 10%, or at least until I have abs all the time.
Yeah.
So I actually have to watch what I eat instead of just stuffing my face to gain weight.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
So I'm gonna try carb cycling. I'm gonna get the app. What's the app? The Under Armour app. You can subscribe to, and it tracks all your percentages and your grams and everything you need. And I'm going a new meal plan, and I'm going to give myself probably 3 months to drop 2 to 3% body fat. But like that's no scotch, no cookies, no donairs or pizza. It's like it does a 50 gram of carb day, 100, I believe, or 150.
Was it 150 and 300?
350.
350.
So the 350 day, I do have a high carb day. I might be able to squeeze in a cookie or something like that because it's still like as long as I keep it within the count.
Yeah.
But the 50 gram day, it's pretty much no carbs all day. And if I have like a Gatorade while I'm working out, that's my 50 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
A Gatorade with some protein powder, and that's it. So that's going to be hard because like my body is high metabolism, like high octane. And when I'm hungry, I burn out quick.
Yeah. That's why if I ever go low carb, it's going to be no carb. It's going to be keto, which is 50 grams or less.
That's pretty freaking low.
But you're filling it in with fat.
Yeah, oh yeah,
so
you have to. You got to eat. You got to keep your calories up so you don't lose muscle.
Carbs. It's just no carbs.
Yeah.
So for everyone watching, if you want to know about keto diets, please refer to our earlier podcast where we talked about eating whale blubber and innards.
Yeah, I think that was 2 podcasts ago. Yeah, but my biggest thing with bodybuilding is I'm bored with it. Like
my biggest problem with CrossFit is when I think of a person doing CrossFit, I think of some arrogant, cocky jerk, vegan who's just in there showing off, and I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, I know.
Which probably isn't.
It has a stigma, and that's like everybody who does bodybuilding is a jerk meathead on like 9 pounds of steroids a day.
Yeah, and when I think of CrossFit, I just get exhausted.
You just get tired.
I just don't want to do that much cardio.
I just want to push myself and do something because I haven't been doing anything.
I just don't. I figure if I do that much cross training and in like high endurance, I'm going to lose weight, and I don't want to lose.
You won't
muscle
keep
mass.
Your calories up, and you won't lose the muscle mass. And I
hate cardio. I
It's
don't know.
not just cardio. You're doing push-ups. You're doing squats. You're doing deadlifts. You're doing bench press.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
the fact that you
are
do
you
high
going to grow?
repetition.
Are you going to gain? Can you gain muscle doing that?
Have you seen the guys?
Sure, they're ripped and they look good.
Stop. You cannot gain muscle doing push-ups and squats and all that kind of stuff. I guarantee you. You won't gain muscle.
You'll
Don't
gain- or
worry.
doing-
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Push-ups actually make you fatter.
Or-
You're absolutely
or pull-ups.
correct.
You won't
No,
gain any
I'll
muscle.
get lean, maybe. If I do all kinds of push-ups all day long, I'm not going to grow my chest 2 inches.
The thing is that
I'll sit on your back, then you'll grow.
Yeah, maybe. Resistance.
Any change in your training results in for different angles. Angles are huge. Different volume, different weight. Just anything that shocks your muscles will cause
Trying to do
a
more than 8
response.
reps at a time.
Will cause a response. If you can
I'd have to
manage,
eat my face off then.
if you can manage to get up to like 20 pull-ups, you're telling me that's not going to do anything for your back and your arms?
Sure, you can get strong and but
You're going to gain muscle.
I'm guessing I'm comparing the bodybuilder physique to a CrossFit physique. They're completely different.
Yeah, here's an interesting talk about that. We watched that video.
Oh yeah, Steve Cook.
Yeah, so bodybuilders look really awesome for what, a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
CrossFit, so they look like 100%
Yeah.
for that time, and then they're what, at 80% for the rest of the year?
Maybe 70.
70%?
Yeah.
CrossFit guys look 90% the whole year.
All year.
So yeah, you're not going to look 100%, but you're going to look 90% all the time.
And you're going to be strong and functional. That's why I'm going to try it. And I want you to see, because I guarantee you I'll gain muscle on it.
All right, so what, you're going to have 2 memberships at a gym, a CrossFit gym and a regular gym?
No, I might. Well, I mean, it's
What gym is CrossFit in town?
there's a CrossFit box in town.
Where?
I'm not exactly sure. It's downtown somewhere.
Is
But-
it by the town hall?
Yeah, I think so. My sister went there. She said it's awesome.
Sweet Science?
No. But
How much is the membership?
I'm not sure. I don't know yet, but I know it's there. And
Find out. Maybe I'll do a drop-in and check it out because I've never done CrossFit.
I think your first time's free.
My brother is a big CrossFit guy.
That's how they get you hooked.
He's military, and they had CrossFit competitions, and his COs would prevent him from going on courses and other training so that he could stay in town and lead,
And
be a
train.
part of the team because he would carry the team on CrossFit, running and swimming and doing all the other crazy stuff that they do. And yeah, he's done a lot. He's really good at muscle ups and pull ups and all that hard stuff.
Here's the thing that I think would be cool for us, okay? We've done bodybuilding, we've done powerlifting. We understand rep ranges and hypertrophy, which is muscle building. If you can add rep ranges like that into your CrossFit workout, so if you're going to do Fran and you got to do pull-ups and thrusters, which is a squat to an overhead press. If you're going to do that, instead of doing 20 reps, you can do 8 reps with a heavy weight, but still do it, right? You can have a heavy day and a light day kind of thing.
So with CrossFit though,
What?
are you actually going to hit all the muscles that
Sorry.
you would in a bodybuilding?
What's the matter with you?
No, I'm just the way you're talking. You can have a heavy day and a light day. You can get a box 8 heavy, 8 light, a couple medium.
What?
Never mind. Girls will get that one.
Oh, I get it. You're talking about tampons. They're gross. I mean, they're not. I have daughters and I love them.
Ew, girls are gross.
Cooties.
But with training like that, with bodybuilding, you isolate and train and build each muscle separately, and you sculpt your body. If you're doing that, you're all doing big full body movements. You're doing core. So if you have small biceps, what are you going to do to work on getting your biceps bigger?
Chin-ups. Chin-ups are probably, I think chin-ups are in the top 3 bicep exercises for sure.
Okay, so there's full body exercises that isolates to.
Well, just
Jordan, if you want to get your biceps bigger, then just curl then.
Yeah,
do the CrossFit stuff and curl.
Yeah.
We're not saying you can only do CrossFit
Yeah.
or you can only do bodybuilding
So-
or you can only do powerlifting.
out of
We're comparing them, right?
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
whole point.
yeah. So for me, what I
I'm
would
comparing
want,
you right now.
if I can
To
be
what?
if I can be 190, if I can be 190 or 200, with more muscle mass but leaner, that's what I'm going to try and do.
Totally. My whole goal, my end goal, if I could be the perfect physique in my mind,
Yeah.
is 200 pounds at 10% body fat.
Yeah.
You say that now, but if you achieved that,
I'll probably be bored and have to
Yep.
do something more.
Which is why I'm going to do this, because one day I might have to go run in the snow with a log on my back. And
this is what you
Bare
need.
feet.
and
Yeah,
this
With
is
no
what-
underwear.
yeah,
This
while
is why
deadlifting.
I think that I like the CrossFit idea, because rather than setting goals like 200 pounds, 10% body fat, I think setting goals like I want to, for example, do a Spartan race, 14K, 22 obstacles in this time frame. Boom, you set that goal, you complete it. Then it's like, okay, I want to do this mountain in this amount of time. I'm going to climb this mountain. So it's not saying I want to be this size and this weight and look like this, but these are the achievements I want to hit. And what does my body need to be? What shape do I need to be in to hit those achievements?
Yeah. And if you're pushing your body to work, your body will work in unison. So if you're doing lots of pull-ups, and you don't have to do butterfly pull-ups, you can do strict pull-ups or switch out one day for chin-ups to hit your biceps. I think you can look good and be super functional, which is my goal, which is what I want to try. But will it be as good as bodybuilding for sculpting? No, of course not. But I think you can get 90% of a bodybuilder's physique, because you're still doing deadlifts, bench, pull-ups, squats, running, jumping.
How many guys actually
Skipping.
do all of those things? How many guys will go
Frolicking.
have a deadlift, week or month, and go do a CrossFit day, week or month, and then go back to bodybuilding? Or do the guys usually pick something they like better and stick with it?
Well, I mean, they can, but like at the CrossFit Games, there's people who are better swimmers and better runners and better, sandbag carriers. But then you get the guys who are just good at barbells because they like barbells. So like the deadlift, ladders, and they're good at that. So I would focus on a lot more of the barbell movements.
Yeah. See, and most of this stuff I talked extensively with my brother, because he's been in the military 10 years. And
By the way, you guys look exactly the same.
do we?
And you're not twins. It's kind of freaky.
Exactly. We went to the gym and the girl looked at us. She's like, "Are you guys twins or something?"
Yeah, you look exactly the same.
We don't look exactly the same. But anyway,
If someone called you twins and then I'm saying you look exactly the same.
all right, maybe. Anyway, the thing with my brother is that he he said there might be somebody who can outbench me, or one guy that might be able to run me, or one guy can outswim me. But there's only one guy in each of those things. He's most rounded, so he can do everything very well. But there might be only where one guy is better in each of those things. But he's like maybe second in each of those things, but he's second in everything.
It's
Right?
shaking. I didn't
So
know the camera.
he's kind of got experience in CrossFit, in bodybuilding, in powerlifting, and he kind of the most
And he could
cross-trained.
kill all of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just-
that probably has nothing to do with that training. It has everything to do with other military.
Well, I mean,
type
if
training.
if
Well,
you're,
the thing is, he does that. He does it for a living. He'll go to the pool in the morning for an hour, and then hit up the gym in the afternoon for an hour, and then go for a run for 10K at night.
just if
Yeah.
if
Where
he-
he's training for 3 hours, and I come home after a 15-hour day and spend 45 minutes in the gym, and I'm done.
but going back to he would kill us. If he's in that shape, even if we were technically better fighters, we'd be gassed in like 5 minutes. Whereas he's used to using his entire body all the
Endurance.
time. He just,
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I just swim 50 laps today." It's like, shut up.
dude, I can swim one length and I'm dead.
I can barely swim. I need a snorkel to keep
I can
so I can
float.
breathe
Yeah,
while
I
I
can
swim,
float.
right?
I can not drown.
My
Yeah.
goal for the end of this year, and I know it's not a big goal, but I want to be able to, at 200 pounds, climb the rope at the Y all the way to the top.
You've got 8-9 days.
Or sorry, I meant next, like 2017.
So how high is this rope?
What difference does it make how high it is?
Well, how high you gotta go? It's way
a
harder if it's
pool-
100 feet.
It's a pool
Dude,
ceiling.
if you can climb 10 feet on a rope, you can climb 20 feet on a rope.
It's-
I can
'cause
climb
it
10
has-
feet down
it
a
has the
rope with
knots,
my
but-
with hands and no feet.
But I mean, pulling myself out of the water until my feet can grab a knot.
So are you going to use your feet to climb the rope as well?
Well, yeah.
no, I'm
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you
No,
can climb
sorry.
10
I
feet,
mean
you can
my
climb 20 feet.
arms.
So arms only.
Arms only.
Feet
I can do that
dangling.
now. I can pull myself on a rope now.
Yeah,
all the way up to
We're
the-
talking about Chris and I
How
here.
high? That makes a
The
difference.
ceiling, I think the
I don't know, like
ceiling
30
is
feet?
30, 40 feet.
Okay, I don't know if I can go that high.
Yeah, so at my 200-pound body
I
weight,
can go 10 feet. I know I can do that.
Yeah,
30, I don't know.
I pulled myself like, it was close to 10 feet.
Are you talking about the one time when we embarrassed ourselves in front of that lifeguard?
No, I was talking about another time.
Tell me about that.
We just finished we
Arm day.
destroyed our arms. Like destroyed
I couldn't
them.
have probably picked up a 20-pound dumbbell.
And then we were like, okay, let's climb the rope.
and there was nobody in the pool except us and this lady lifeguard who was like probably, I don't know, 19.
Yeah, and she was looking at us. Like there's no one else to look at.
Because the rope is literally like 10 feet directly in front of the lifeguard chair.
Yeah. So we were just like, just like falling into the ground.
Pathetic.
It was terrible. But I got up like 8-9 feet with just my arms. And I want to be able to go to the top.
But body weight makes a big difference too.
Well, I want to be 200 pounds.
See, that's the problem. Body weight.
See, I have an advantage over you because I'm lighter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I did that, I was 220, and you're what?
I'm 182-ish right now.
So it's almost 40 pounds.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Tie
Yeah.
a 40-pound weight to me and then try it. It's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, that's the same thing with pull-ups. Like, I can do 10, and then the next set I'm at 6. But I can stay around
when
6.
When you do pull-ups, though, that drop is fast.
Yeah.
It drops fast. I can do like 5. If I do 5, I can do 5 or 6 or 8 sets. But if I'm doing 10, I'll do 1, and then the next one I'm like 6, 8 or 7, and then the next one is 6.
So like talk about building the back. If you're doing a lat pull down and you're doing 200 pounds, that's the same thing as your body weight. But if you can do that, just pulling yourself up for like 10, even 20 reps.
It's really hard.
That's hard. And that's what I want to be able to do. I just want to be functional, and I don't want to be out of shape anymore. I don't want to be gasping when I do arms.
I don't want to be
Cardio.
gasping when I'm running because I'm late for the bus.
Oh,
Cardio. Hey, was that you that was yelling at me the other day when I was at Josh's?
Yeah, you got out of your car. I walked right by you. It was dark out towards the bus.
Yeah.
For a night shift.
There's a scary man.
And I was like, hey. And
Yeah.
you looked at me like I was this weird stranger.
I had no idea who you were.
Whoa, guys, look. Carbon ceramic brakes for this car. It's $13,750.
I would get those. I would get those aftermarket.
Yeah.
You could probably buy the
That was probably
aftermarket company
the thing
for
that I said I wouldn't buy
14 grand.
something and upgrade if it's stupid, ridiculously expensive like that. I mean, how much better is that than what would come on the car normally? I can stop 6 inches shorter.
Yeah,
with
but
the
you could
car.
probably get ceramic brakes aftermarket for cheaper than that.
Yeah, that's true.
But what's the point of that? They don't heat up? They don't get hot and warp?
No, they don't get hot and warp.
So you can jam on the brakes at like 200 kilometers an hour.
The only time I've ever seen carbon ceramic brakes melt was when Jeremy Clarkson was driving around Imola in a Lamborghini Aventador. But on the straight, he was doing almost 200 miles an hour.
You know what? When I was doing laps in Las Vegas at their raceway there in the event or the Aventador, the Super Ligera,
Yeah.
I did 8 laps around their 13-point track, and halfway through we had to stop and fan cool the brakes for probably like 3-4 minutes.
Oh, really? Did they have this carbon ceramic, I wonder?
I have no idea.
Yeah, they could have been the hardened steel. All right. I think that's it. We're into an hour and 4 minutes.
Wow, this has been a long podcast.
It was fun, though.
It was actually.
Jordan looks bored.
I'm just half asleep. I haven't slept in 2 days.
You realize your mouth is slowly moving less and less when you're
Maybe.
talking.
I'm just mumbling. Nobody understands me.
All right, that is it for the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, do it again next time. Oh yeah, next podcast we have a strength and conditioning coach coming on.
This guy's for real.
Yeah,
Who is this?
Sean Austin. He's in Fort McMurray,
Fellow Newfie.
fellow Newfie.
Fellow coworker of mine.
Hit him up, Blue Collar Strength. Blue Collar Strength, right? At Blue Collar
Believe
Strength
so. Instagram, yeah.
on Instagram. And check him out. He's going to be on next podcast. We're going to pick his brain on strength and conditioning, and we're going to ask him really awkward questions.
He's full information on diet and training.
Are you going to look it up?
I was just going to confirm, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, so we're having a guest, and I'm going to... Actually, no, I'm not going to announce it yet because
Yeah.
I haven't got him.
Blue collar
Someone else.
_ strength.
Sean
Sean Austin.
At blue collar _ strength.
Whatever
Blue
it is.
collar _ strength. Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Instagram, that is.
All right. We are out. Thank you so much and have a great week.
Later.
See ya.